excited.
It's time for Two Guys and a Goalie with Dustin Nielsen, Matt Cassian, and the goalie, Joaquin Gage.
All right, it's 12:03. Everything is happening here at the Edmonton Sports Talk offices. Thank you very much for being here. Game day, Edmonton Oilers in action against the Boston Bruins. We'll get to that. Gager here looks like I've got a second head growing out of my neck. I'm having, as Mr. Leahy would say, a little drinky poo. And I got to go to West Edmonton Mall again for like an hour and a half after the show, do some more shopping. So I figured one little beverage.
The mall, though.
I do love the mall.
Yeah,
I might go to the food court. I might mini golf by myself. Like, did you hear my story this morning?
Oh, my gosh. Maddie,
I was this close to going to the casino yesterday afternoon. Wow, after a little, look at Awanek here. Beautiful stuff. He's got his, Did you hear that today?
What?
So I'm Christmas shopping yesterday at the mall.
Okay.
And walking past the casino, it's down the hallway there on the second level. And, when we were out there, when we went there at the Christmas party after you left, I did really well on the roulette table. Like, I'd never come home with money, but I came home with a few $100, and I'm like, holy smokes. So I'm walking past the casino. I'm like, oh, man. Break up the shopping trip a little bit.
Yeah.
I might go back to the old hot table. So I walk down, get to the casino. The guy's standing there. And I remember when we went there the other night now, so they checked our ID. So I get my ID. He goes, I don't need to see the ID. I had a shopping bag. He goes, I just need to see what's in the bag. So someone's in the bag. And then I get into the casino and I start walking towards the table. And I'm battling the demons. I'm like, am I going to become Wednesday afternoon, 2:30 roulette guy at the casino? Because once you do it once, it's like, I'll pop back, especially if I would have won. Then I would have been back there today, hitting the same numbers again. So I got about 15 feet away from the table. There's two guys there playing. I looked at them and I was like, this is kind of a sad existence. So I turned around and I walked back out.
Wow.
I was that close, but I used my game sense, a part of Edmonton Sports Talk, and I finished my shopping and I went home to my family.
That's good.
But damn, I was close.
Wow.
I was close. If you guys get a picture from me this afternoon at the tables, just let it know I wasn't strong enough to avoid it 2 days in a row.
Holy smokes, that's good.
What do you got there? What did Maddie bring you for a little Christmas beverage?
Little scotchy scotch.
Okay, so I have vodka and Coke, and you're acting like I'm the only person who's ever mix Coke and vodka.
I think that happens by accident when the vodka is there in the glass and the Coke spills.
That's like leaving the party and there's nothing left, and you're like, I'll just put Coke in my vodka. Yeah.
My buddy Saker, you know Saker?
Does he drink that?
Saker. Back in the day when we were building the old rink house out there, and we used to just crush vodka Cokes. I didn't. Cass is here. Cass, I mean, have you ever had a vodka and Coke? Classic mute situation, or did he freeze?
No. Uh-oh. Can't hear you, Cass.
Can't hear you, Cass. Might have to reconnect.
It's too bad because he's sporting the Christmas haircut, too.
Kevin Van Dassler says vodka Coke is a staple, boys. Yes.
What? But
that's what I'm talking about.
It doesn't even have a name.
It's just a vodka Coke. It doesn't need a name. It's a standalone.
Wow.
I can't believe that.
Is it any good?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's really delicious. That's why usually I'm a spiced rum and Coke guy. We have no spiced rum, but there was vodka, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get in.
I thought it was like vanilla vodka. Coke and vodka. Like it was a flavor.
See, Big Uke says vodka Coke is like the most basic staple, boys. This is a gateway drink to all of the other things that you would try.
I'm sorry. I just have never really thought of mixing those two ingredients together.
Huh.
Nothing yet, Cass.
How about now?
Yay!
there.
We got you, Cass. By the way, your hair
I don't know what's going on
today.
Yeah, look at that.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. I chimed in a few times before too. I'm like, oh man, they're just kind of ignoring me today because I can hear it running through my headset and I can hear myself talking here, but apparently it wasn't whatever was going on. But
well, we got it done.
Yeah, the whole a couple things. Number one, I don't know why you enjoy shopping. I think it's an issue,
I
and here's
the mall.
Yeah,
I don't.
No, the mall in general. But here's where it is, and this is what confuses me. Is because it's like a low oxygen place. So it's like you can't think. I think they intentionally make it that way so you can't think, right? There's not enough oxygen to your brain, and so you're not functioning at a high level. And so the second you stepped outside of that environment in the Christmas environment and you went into the Nino, and it was like, there's less people in there because of the time of the day. And your brain all of a sudden got oxygen in it, and then you're just like, "No, wait, what am I doing?
What am I doing?
What am I doing?" And that's what gave you the willpower in that instance. So it doesn't shock me in the slightest. And as far as the vodka Coke, I mean, that seems like an Anton Khudobin type of move. I've never done it. People I'm sure do. Just not for me.
I'd rather just have the vodka, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, but you like drinking stuff straight.
Oh, I take out the
I always make funny faces. It's like the reason that it even became a discussion is because I sat down and we had like these little airport bottles of vodka in the freezer, and I grabbed one and it was frozen, and I didn't think vodka
could freeze
in the freezer. It was
it shouldn't.
That seemed weird to me.
Yeah, no, that's not like because I had a bottle of tequila that I put in the freezer over there, and it started to freeze. Maybe it's just a super freezer.
Maybe the freezer's
but it shouldn't
way too cold.
If the alcohol content is 40%, it shouldn't freeze. Should it?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, I also don't know a lot about alcohol percentages and freezing temperatures, but
like Pink Whitney
would
anything at 40%, I think, shouldn't freeze. Anything under that is
Pink Whitney's not 40% though.
No, it's like 30.
It's like it's a little bit lighter.
Still a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still pretty strong.
I had one of the most delicious cocktails ever last night.
You make it?
No,
Okay.
I went to it was my wife's birthday yesterday,
Okay.
so we went to Original Joe's we like going for beers and nachos.
Yeah.
That's our kind of thing to
Well,
do.
and the Original Joe's is close to you guys.
Yeah,
Up there.
it's
Yeah.
right there. So we go there, and she had a wine. I had a couple pints, but then she goes to the bathroom, and she comes back, goes, "We got to try something." And she came, and I was like, "Oh yeah,
Happy birthday to her."
yeah, here we go." But she goes, "I saw a drink in the bathroom." I'm like, crap." Then she said, "It's a cranberry margarita," and I go, "Really?" And so we order it. One of the most delicious things I've ever had in my life.
The way you changed your voice when you said that, like a lighter drink, because it's one of the most delicious things I've ever had.
Dude, it was like I had to go to the bartender and ask them how they made it because I looked online, but it's essentially cranberry puree, I think some orange juice, triple sec. You have your frozen blueberries. They had blueberries in there and cranberries, like whole ones as a garnish, but then a sprig of rosemary on top.
Really?
And so you
eat the rosemary?
No. You don't want to eat the rosemary. But you when you get the nose in there, Dusty,
Yeah.
it smells like Christmas.
No.
Right? And so you get this hit in from the smell, and you taste it, and it's just a glorious drink. And then my wife goes, "We gotta get out of here." And I'm thinking, giddy up again. But she goes, I might have 4 more of these. Then I was humming and hawing. Do I get her 4 more of these and increase my chances, or do we just get home? But
So you got home and went to bed.
Yeah, I went home and went to bed.
You gotta,
asleep by 10:30.
dude. First, this is an art. Is you have to learn the appropriate amount in that situation with your spouse, and I've zeroed in. I'm zeroed in. It's 2 1/4. 2 1/4 glasses of wine. That's my sweet spot.
Cass buys bottles of wine with just enough
Why are
to have
two and a quarter.
Two and a quarter glasses.
2 1/4. Yeah.
And Andy's like, Matt, can we not use the measuring cups to drink it?
Oh, she knows.
Has the measuring.
She knows.
Can I have a third glass? Yeah, 1 second. Pours a quarter up and goes, here you go.
That's literally what it'll be. If we do like a pizza night at home or something, and we're just watching a movie and having a glass of wine.
Favorite Christmas cocktail or what?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I mean, I would say, I don't know if I have a favorite for Christmas. I'd probably lean towards something like just a good old fashioned. Like to me, because there is some good
fashioned.
Yeah, there's some good Christmas flavors in there. Like, and you could do like a maple old fashioned. So it's like you get a little maple, it's a little bit of orange in that, right? So you kind of get the maple and the orange, like a little Christmassy to it, and a little spice to it. That'd be kind of my direction. I mean, it's fun. We actually did. It would have been back in COVID. My firm, we did. Because you couldn't get together, but one of the things they did is we'll call it a team building. Was the office did like a learn how to make cocktail night, but they shipped everything. So it's like you got boxes shipped to you, and you did it online, and you got to learn. So it was actually pretty fun because we got to learn how to make a whole bunch of this stuff and try some different recipes with things. So there's some fun stuff out there that you can make that's really tasty. But if I'm thinking Christmas, I'm probably looking old fashioned, but that's pretty few and far between for me. I'm not gonna crush those things out like Gager on a birthday dinner.
Couple of texts and messages I want to get to. This one comes from Mike outside of YEG on the YouTube chat. Says vodka Coke is the drink of choice for the 2 p.m. roulette table guy, which is probably true. And then Rusty Shackelford says Fireball and eggnog over ice is a delicious Christmas drink. That hint of cinnamon is ideal and satisfying.
I could see that.
So yeah, that's an
right up
interesting
your
one as
alley
well.
too. I
like Fireball a lot. Yeah,
I would go look into the Kirkland spice rum for yourself.
Oh yeah, you did tell me to go try to get into the Kirkland stuff. Yeah. Now is Costco liquor as busy as regular Costco?
No.
Okay.
In and out.
Well, that's nice then. That's a good idea.
I pull right into the thing. Keep the car running.
Just leave her running. I'll be right back. Kevin is asking, Cass, do you have a smoker for your old fashions? If you
no,
smoke it, right? Of course.
No,
yeah.
Well, yeah, but not there's like the little bowls. I can get a individual little one, like you have the smoker gun thing. I don't, but I could, because I have a little butane thing. So what you can do is you can tip the cup. You can just grab some pellets from the actual smoker, like grab one of those little pellets, then you grab the little torch and you can hold the glass over top of it, and then just kind of manually. So no, not specifically for making the cocktails, because I just don't make enough of them, but I could improvise, and I have had them, and they're good. Yeah. Yummy.
McDiesel 780 says drive-through liquor. Do you remember the days? Was that ever a thing here in Alberta where there was drive-through liquor stores?
Was there?
In BC, I think there still is one. You can drive. There's a drive-through.
I thought those were only in Vegas.
No, there was one. Those drive-through weddings. I
got a story about it.
Yeah, so the drive-through liquor store, there was one in Cranbrook, right down at the end of like the street from like where my parents sort of live now, and you could drive through the drive-through, and they would hand you your bottle of your box of beer or your bottle of booze and carry on your way. I don't know if that was a thing out here. I've never seen one in Alberta, but that was a thing in BC at least in Cranbrook for a long time.
Was Cranbrook the birthplace of vodka Cokes?
Drive-through liquor. That's what it was. Cass, what's your story?
Well, Texas, the U.S. is the U.S., right? And Texas does Texas things. So they had them down there, and it wasn't, and I don't know if there's any in like Houston proper, but my first year pro played a little bit down in Beaumont, the Texas Wildcatters, the East Coast League. And we called it Bo Vegas. And it was Bo Vegas, small town Texas for sure. And one of the things that they had there, and this was like the it place in town. So one of the it places in town was they had a drive-through liquor store, but it wasn't maybe not even drive-through liquor. It was a drive-through like margarita and alcoholic smoothie store.
My God.
So you'd go and like, like you go to Booster Juice here and you have like the snack size and you have like the normal size.
Yep.
Like those are like a regular smoothie or you go whatever. And it's a reasonable size. Down there, it's like, their large is the size of like a movie theater.
Yeah, the size of your
large
head, Cass, right? Like,
right. They're massive. They're massive. But you go to this drive-through place and you get like the drive-through like margaritas or alcoholic smoothies, like a drive-through pina colada that's like 1.5 liters of pina colada. But because they can't give it to you because you're driving, so it's like they have a little plastic bag, and it's like they basically put it in the plastic bag, they seal the top, and then they hand this thing to you, and it's got a straw in it. So it's like the straw's in it, it's ready to go, but they give it to you in a plastic bag. So it's like you because then whatever on there, and it's like, well, no, it's sealed and in a plastic bag, even though it's like you're going through a drive-through. You're getting drive-through alcoholic smoothies at this place, and it was nuts. And it was always busy. Like people were always rolling through there, and you're just like, look out, everybody! I guess on the roads in Bo Vegas because people were just sucking those things back. Yeah, liter and a half. Yeah, pina colada or frozen margarita, and they were delicious. I mean, I tried it. Never did the driving thing with it. It's like got it and drive back home because we lived like 5 minutes from there, 2 minutes from there, whatever. It was a small town, but it was nuts. So I don't think that's legal or you can do anything like that here.
Yeah.
Nor do I think people maybe buy into that, but that's kind of crazy.
That flies. It
you
turns
could even
out
do
that the United States is a little different than us, I guess.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, Texas is they just do their own thing too. I'm gonna have to look up to see if this place is still there. I got to find out what it's called.
Cass, are you watching Landman? Speaking of Texas,
I have not yet. No, we haven't watched it yet. Yeah. I've heard it's good. We haven't had time.
Gager, you're on Paribus though, eh? Or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, I purposely haven't watched the last 3 episodes because I want a bunch in the chamber.
So it's that good, eh?
It's very unique.
Okay.
And Rhea Seehorn, like I loved Better Call Saul. Like she's phenomenal in it. And it's shot in the same fashion as Breaking Bad, and because it's Vince Gilliam.
Okay, yeah, it's the same guy, right?
Same guy. So it's
all right. So something to check out then.
You know what? It's the first show I've watched in a long time where I'm actually thinking to myself, well, what would I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. We'll have to check that out. All right. It is Two Guys A Goalie. We are brought to you by GS Construction. For more than 5 decades, GS Construction has been proud to serve our communities and work alongside incredible people, helping Edmonton grow for over 50 years. Visit gsconstruction.ca for more details. A couple of quick things from the chat. You can text us as well. There's one text from Hampton Steve that I'm going to want to get into as well. But 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. Ken over on the YouTube chat says, I'm 7 months sober today and y'all are making me want to drink. It's 8:15 a.m. I'm thirsty. You stick with what you're doing. 7 months is incredible. Don't let some little conversation like this ruin that. Congratulations on your 7 months and keep it rolling, man. Okay, I want to get to this text. I did not see this on Insider Trading. By the way, RC in Ladner says I can confirm that there's a drive-through liquor store in Ladner. So
in Langley?
No, is that where?
I think Langley.
No, Ladner. That's Delta. That's Twas and Ladner.
Ladner.
So it's
okay.
Like if you're going to the ferries.
So it's
Tawas,
there, yeah.
By Tawas.
Troll says, I grew up in Northern BC and the only drive-through liquor store I've ever seen was in Cranbrook, LOL. And Shovelhead says, Dusty, in the 70s, there was a drive-through beer window we used to visit. You pull up dude's window, pick a case of beer, like an actual bootlegger. That's kind of what you were doing. But no, I want to get to this text. Hampton Steve says, guys, thoughts on LeBrun reporting this morning on Insider Trading that it's down to Bouchard and Schaefer for the final spot on Team Canada's defense. Looks like Bouchard's better player over the past month has given him one last chance at making the Olympic team. Gager, your thoughts on Pierre LeBrun reporting that Matthew Schaefer, Evan Bouchard are going to get the final spot in that Canadian blue line?
Are they taking 8?
Yeah, it will be 8. It will be 8, yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know, Dusty.
Here's a few more notes on it, just from LeBron. I'm just seeing like some other things pop up on Twitter. Celebrini and Wilson are likely on the team. Horvat and Suzuki are pushing. Bedard might have to be an injury replacement. Schaefer and Bouchard battling for the 8th spot on D. 1, maybe 2 of Sanheim, Parayko, and Harley could be cut. And then Binnington likely a lock. And then 2 of Thompson, Kemper, and Blackwood would round out the goaltending. So that's from Pierre LeBrun. The team won't officially be announced until New Year's Eve. But yeah, anyway, Bouchard and Schaefer apparently battling for one of the D spots.
I mean, good for Bouchard to put himself back into the conversation. He has been playing quite well.
Outside of that horrendous turnover against Buffalo, he's been pretty steady for a while. Like,
yeah. So
that happened the evening after me bringing up on two guys that should he be in the conversation.
Yeah.
And then he goes and puts that on Thompson's stick. And I'm like, oh no.
He's due for a massive blunder tonight?
I mean, maybe if his name's surfacing again here.
I don't know, Dusty. I think like good for him, but I think I'm looking for someone maybe who doesn't have the offensive upside, but can still get around defensively and be that shutdown guy. Because he's not going to be on the power play, is he?
No, I'm assuming he'll be a scratch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if they're talking about the last year, you're either bringing. Well, look, they have 7 defensemen from last time.
Yeah.
So if, let's say, Parayko or Harley are out, you've got the one extra spot, and if one of those guys are out, then there's the 2 spots, and they could be your 7th and 8th. And Schaefer could be there for the experience, and he's going to be on the next Olympic team, and Bush can be there. If something happens to Makar, you slide Bush in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm thinking PK Subban went, right? Never touched the ice. So
yeah,
he's the new PK Subban. Sure, bring him along. It'll boost his confidence. It'll keep him off the beach in Cancun. Who knows what's going to happen down there?
Well, I think Dusty made a point about it a couple weeks ago because I'm still kind of surprised he's even in that conversation now at this point. But I think the only reason that he would be is if you're like, okay, if Makar gets hurt, right? Like if who is capable of running a power play. And they will look at and say, okay, high pressure situations, big games, had him in the playoffs, and in the playoffs he played well. But I do think he's got to be still, even if he does end up getting it, he's got to be the odd man out. But I still also could see them go with Reed Schaefer instead, because here's a kid that's going to be around, or Matt Schaefer, not Reed Schaefer. Matt Schaefer instead is a kid that's going to be around for a long time. That you might have in multiple Olympics if you do him again. Maybe you want him to get that experience because, from a development standpoint, having him, if he's the extra guy out of the lineup, may make more sense than Bouchard. But I don't know. We'll see. We will see, guys. I can't see him getting the ice time. And it's not that Bouchard hasn't played better. It's not that he isn't capable of playing at an incredibly high level. I just don't see it.
V Power 78 says, are they only making this 8th pick based on injury replacements? I don't know. They're on the roster, right? They take 14 forwards, 8 defensemen, 3 goalies. And then I guess if guys were to get hurt, those guys would be elevated. Yeah. And then if a couple guys were to get hurt, maybe you have the emergency backup for somebody else. Mr. Bleach texts in. This is pretty savage. He says, I'm a hardcore Oilers fan, but if Bouchard makes the Canadian team, I will not watch that tournament.
Oh, come on.
Like, yeah, that's pretty savage. Like, I mean, I think a hardcore Oilers fan would probably still want to watch Team Canada, even if Bush is just on the roster.
You're
at
watching
least.
it for McDavid magic alone, and the possibilities of seeing McDavid, Crosby, and McKinnon on a line.
Yeah.
Not to close your eyes when Bush has got the puck toe dragging as the last man. Although that is exciting.
R.I.P. Mufasa over on YouTube says, you're trying to tell me that Evan Bouchard is the second best Canadian power play D-man in the NHL? And the answer is yes, I think he is.
Numbers-wise.
Yeah.
Numbers-wise, yeah.
Yeah, the criticisms of Bush are valid in the areas where he deserves to be criticized. But make no mistake about it. He is a phenomenal defenseman on the power play. He's
fantastic.
He's an offensive savant on the man advantage. Yeah. Like, he really is.
He makes people look very silly at times, the way he controls the puck and gets it to people.
And he'd be on a power play unit with Connor McDavid, who he's obviously very familiar with. And you got 40% of the guys from the best power play in the league.
Well, yeah, he can.
If it ends up being the case.
Yeah.
780-218-9999. We can get to a few more. of your messages, and we'll try to get to that. Gage, do you have any concern about the Oilers? And the Oilers themselves in the postgame brought it up, and I mean, maybe it factors in again tonight. Have you had any concern about them giving up some goals late over the last little while? Like they've won some games, but even in those games, goaltending numbers have taken a hit because they just sort of, I don't know if it's a focus. It must be a focus thing. I mean, what do you make of that?
I listened to the Noodles talk about it.
Yeah.
I think I'm paraphrasing, but this is the goaltender in me. I'd be just livid. And I remember distinctly when, you would have a great game, right? And you'd get to a point and the game was over. And
it's done. You got it.
Done. Yeah. And everyone just puts it in neutral. And they scored 2 to make it within a goal with like 5 seconds left, right? And you've allowed 2 after you've been an important part of the game, and you're kind of mad, right? Because it does, especially, I mean, in the minors, where you're a lot of times management's just, okay, how's he doing? What's his stats, right? And there's notes. They scored late, blah blah blah, but they don't really see that, I don't think. And so the bottom line is your save percentage goes down, your goals against goes up in a time when they shouldn't even gotten those chances. So I can see it. I don't think it's time for Jarry to go in and lose his marbles about it. But there's a subtle way, like when everyone's celebrating the win and you're maybe not as enthusiastic about the 2 points, that can have a subtle effect on without losing it on guys after your second game. So and to the point where, as a leadership group, I think you have to come in and say, hey, guys, we got to tighten up here. If we're in a 2-1 game and we've got into this bad habit of letting off the gas at the end of the game, it's going to be tougher for us to get this back. Let's keep our foot on it and finish strong.
Cass, that should be a bad habit that is easy to eliminate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just conversations, and it's a bad habit, but it's not. I don't know. I'm not freaking out about it. Tommy asked me that after the game the other day, and I'm just like, it's unfortunate. Yeah, you don't want to continue to do it over and over, but those games were over at that point. Like they're done. Foot's off the gas, and now if it was happening multiple times in, like, let's say a 2-goal game, so let's say they were up 3-1. And then you're giving up that one over and over and over again, then I'd be like, okay, we gotta lock this in problem. But they're up enough goals at that point where I'm not freaking out about it. And it's more like the goalie and the guys on the ice that are going to get the minus that are going to be frustrated with it, and the goalie more so than anybody else, right? Like, because that directly affects him more than it actually affects the outcome of the game. So I don't know. I'm not making a big deal about that yet. Like, to me, that's nitpicking what's been a pretty good little run and a good win against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It is Nielsen, it is Cass, it is Gager with you. It's 2 Guys and Goalie, brought to you by GS Construction. Drew Dowdy pops up over on the YouTube chat and says, leave Bouchard with me for 2 days and he'll be winning a Norris trophy. So there's that. Dowdy expected to be on that team for sure. All right. Lots of talk about not being able to get anything out of the bottom 6. And we're going to get into that conversation. But before we dive into that and dissect those options and issues, Gager, how much does this team need from the bottom 6? Like, McDavid and Draisaitl have basically carried them to 6 wins in their last 9 by putting up monster points.
Yeah.
How much do they need? Like, when it's all said and done again, how much do you have to have your bottom 6 contribute? And is it a little bit less than some other places just because your top 6 looks so good?
The first thing I think about is there's the 2 different seasons, right? You have regular season and you hopefully have the playoffs. Now, 2 different types of hockey, where in a 7-game series than playing different teams every night. I think you can rely on your big guys, because that's what you're doing. You're relying on the big guys to get you to the dance, right? And it's not as huge a deal. Sure, you would like them to have a little bit more of an impact on the scoreboard to relieve some of the pressure. And if those guys get going, what we've seen just on the Oilers side of things, it allows Coach Nabla to distribute ice time a little bit more even than he has been doing. So, but when you get to the playoffs, that's when you need monster contributions from these guys, right? Because the the top guys are going to be playing against the top defenders. The rules are slightly askewed. It becomes a lot harder to score goals. That's when you need your depth to come to the forefront. But I don't think it's a huge deal. But what worries me is the amount of ice time that these guys are playing now, because you worry about the gas tank.
Just the straight up, they're on the ice so much.
Yeah.
That's why you need some contributions somewhere else,
Exactly.
or have the trust of the coach to put you out there a little bit more, right? Even
That's
if you're not lighting it up.
That's probably the biggest thing, to build up that trust throughout the 82. So when you get to game 5 of the first round, your coach is like, okay, I can put these guys out there because I feel like they can do the job.
Cass, same question, man. How much do they need from that bottom 6?
Well, you need them to be even until McDavid and Draisaitl dry up.
Not hurt yet until,
Yeah, they need to not hurt you, but then they have to find a way when the top guys aren't going, which is rare when they're going. They put long stretches together, able to do it frequently, but it does. I do agree with Gager as well. Where it does become an issue can be that long-term fatigue over the course of the season of playing too many minutes. But I think that's beyond just them producing, because I think they would produce more if they played a little bit more, right? The minutes are so skewed.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And it really is. And there's maybe a little bit of both to it, right? Where it's you could play them more if they produce more, but they would also produce more if you play them more. And so, there's some navigating of that does come down to coaching and coaching decisions. Do you need a little bit more? I feel like maybe this is just a feeling, but I feel like they have been, okay, maybe that fourth line and some of the players, maybe not all of the players, but some of the players have been finding little ways to contribute. Lazar, for example, now he's a little banged up. We'll see if he goes tonight. After that scary look, I thought he was done.
When he stepped back on the ice, I was like, what is going on? Was he faking? How did that happen?
Maybe you just, with the feeling, you don't want to put weight on it. You want to get to where a trainer can assess it before. But yeah, I was a little scary with that. But he's been pretty good. Savoy's been good, although playing in the top 6. But some of the secondary guys are finding ways. Now, what you at some point will need is you'll need that Henrique Mangiapane line to start to do something. Now maybe that takes Roslovic coming back and a little bit of an adjustment to get some more offensive output on that line.
When Roslovic comes back, something's going to have to shuffle. Right?
Something's going to shuffle. Yeah. So, but we'll see. I mean, there's things, it's you're not going to care about it until you do. Right. Until those top guys go, it's you're not going to worry about it as long as they're even or better until the top guys dry up and struggle for a couple games in a row. Then you're going to be man, we need more from this bottom 6.
There's a couple of things you can look at, and we brought it up with Bruce Boudreau today, who was incredible again on our show this morning. Bruce is like some sort of fictional character in my head, I think. Or you're just I'm not sure we're actually talking with him. He talked about wrestling for 8 minutes.
I took it off after the wrestling. I was good.
You didn't. Did you hear him talk about Dr. Hook and how he used to listen to their album to get pumped up before coaching hockey games? all time guy, Bruce Boudreau. But we talked today about the bottom 6, and the first name he brought up was Adam Henrique. And Gager, I guess my question is, because there's a couple of ways around it. If you're looking to spark the bottom 6, an offensive, a third line center that can provide a bit of a jolt offensively would go a long way. Henrique can't or hasn't done that yet this year. You could, when Roslovic gets back, shift some things around on the wing and get Nuge into the third line center spot, or you could trade for a third line center. And the other thing that's holding them back is that I think when they signed Frederick and when they signed Mangiapane, they were hoping one of those guys would be good in the top 6 and one of those guys would be able to help push a third line. And neither of those guys are able to do any of that right now. And that's got them back to having this same conversation again about Eden needing to add another top 9 forward, which we weren't supposed to be having at this point, I don't think.
It's Henrique's had a couple games where I've noticed him and looked good, but
he hasn't scored in almost 2 months.
I know. I'm just talking about there was offensive zone time and he made some good plays, but there was, I think it was against Montreal, and I thought something happened to my cable box because they iced the puck and he go back to retrieve it, and it seemed like it took 5 minutes for him to get there.
Really?
It was just, he was slow. He has
2 goals in 34 games and is -9. That can't be your third line center going into the playoffs, can it?
He's over 50% on draws too, though, right? There's puck possession time. I'd like to see those numbers of how many times he starts with the puck off a draw.
But he still ends up on the ice 9 more times.
I guess.
Even if he wins the draws for goals against.
I thought that at the beginning of the season, okay, if Henrique doesn't kind of pan out, I thought Philp would kind of, I know he's been injured, but I thought he would flirt with that third line center role, right? Especially after the start he had, because he's a little bit more speed. He can get in the forecheck a little bit quicker. He's okay on draws so far. But yeah, it's can Henrique, when he gets to the playoffs, can he be a contributor? I don't think so.
You had, like, I would have thought when they put the lineup together on the big board to start the year, you were hoping that Henrique's your third line center, Mangiapane is either a top line winger or a third line winger, and Frederick's either a top line winger or a third line winger.
Yeah.
Those 3 guys have combined for 8 goals this year. And it's the middle of December. Like, Cass, can this team go into the playoffs with Henrique as the third line center and think they're going to go on another run again?
Well, you still have McDavid and Draisaitl, so you still think you can. Yes. Is it ideal? Less so. Less so. But it kind of depends on, like, if Roslovic comes back and you see a shakeup in the top 6 a little bit, like, would you guys be comfortable with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins sliding down there if you had to?
Well, one of the things we sort of put together on Oil Stream yesterday was, if Nuge becomes your third line center, what do things look like? So Roslovic comes back. Let's say they put Roslovic back with Draisaitl. Savoy slides down and plays with Nuge. Okay? So you've got Podkolzin with Draisaitl and Roslovic. Hyman stays with McDavid. Savoy goes with Nuge. They penalty kill together, and I love them on the penalty kill together. I just like watching those 2 guys kill penalties. Then what you would require is maybe you put Mangiapane back up on the first line, and then Frederick plays on your third line with Nuge and Savoy, and Henrique centers your fourth line with Matthias Janmark and a healthy Kasperi Kapanen or something like that, right? Like that. But once again, it comes back around to Mangiapane and Frederick starting to produce a little bit on the left side, which they just haven't done.
But Cass, you make a good point. Like, is it do they have the chance to produce?
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I kind of want to see Mangiapane back up with McDavid for a little bit.
Yeah.
And McDavid's going right now. And could some of that be Nuge helping him? Of course. They played together very well for a long time. But McDavid's playing better now than he was earlier in the year when Mangiapane got a bit of a look. Was Mangiapane holding him back? I think McDavid's so good that somebody like Mangiapane probably shouldn't hold you back. So if you can unlock one of those 2 guys, Gager, it kind of changes a lot for you as far as the versatility goes for the coach.
Well, I think a lot depends on the coach, right?
Giving them the opportunity.
I mean, when if they go down 1-0, does he stand pat with his lines and try to work himself out of this?
I think we know. The Cass is laughing.
We know the answer to that.
Answer to this.
What would it take? What would it take for, like, him to go, Adam, your line is up, Frederick, go get us one.
Yeah. Somebody today, our text of the day on the Nielsen show today was, if Frederick scores tonight, will the entire team go onto the ice to celebrate? Back in Boston.
I told you that happened in Sweden. Like that.
How often? What do you mean?
Well, the first goal in certain cases, the whole bench would clear.
The first goal just in a regular game?
Yeah, in a visiting team's rink. Yeah, sometimes it would.
Just, was there any logic to it? Like,
I don't
why
know.
Just sometimes? There had to have been a reason,
There
right?
had to have been a reason. But I remember my first game in Linköping, and they scored first, and the whole team came out, and I was like, what is this, overtime? Are we done here?
Yeah, game over.
Came back and won.
Rules are different over here.
Yeah. I almost went over and wanted to slash them all.
Well, I mean, for no reason, kind of a valid point.
Yeah.
Coach Mike texts in and says, what annoys me about Frederick is that you look around the league and some random NHLer that I've never heard of has like 4 goals and 6 assists. Meanwhile, Frederick is doing absolutely nothing night in and night out. He has 2 goals and 1 assist so far this season and is -9 in 34 games.
His first goal was quite nice, though.
Was that the one where it hit the ref and they hit him and he was on a partial breakaway and went 5-0?
Yeah.
That was the one.
That was the one.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I mean, guys who have more points than Frederick this year, Isaac Howard, who's in the American League, Philp, who's been injured and has only played 15 games, Tomaszek has 5 points, Janmark has 6 points, Amberson's got 7 points, and Frederick's sitting there with just 3 points so far on the season. Guys, it's got to be salvageable at some point during the term of the deal, right? Like, this has got to be as bad as he can possibly be, right?
Yeah. I think this is rock bottom. But should they be looking for more contributions from the back end, too? Like,
well,
I mean, Bouchard's third in defensive scoring in the league.
Nurse has 12 points. Ekholm has 17. I think you're probably happy. Like, Ekholm's on a 40-point pace. He's 0.5 points per game. You got to be happy with that, right, Cass?
You're happy with that. Oh, yeah. No, you're happy with that. I think just because of Evan Bouchard, you're not as concerned about the defense production. Like in Wallman, he's been hurt too for a little while here. There's another guy that was on, I can't remember what his pace is right now because I didn't pull it up, but I think he was at a decent pace as well.
Wallman?
In terms of, if you wanted to pull it up.
I got it right here.
Defensive production.
He had 10 points in 17 games.
Okay.
Right. So he was close
he would
even
be
above that.
30,
he was on like a 50-point pace.
Yeah. So I don't think you're looking for more contributions from your defensemen offensively. It is, as you already mentioned a little earlier, Dusty, it's like your bottom six, you'd like to see more of that, but it is a chicken and the egg problem.
Yeah.
Because if you look at those guys that are producing, Bouchard, Ekholm, Nurse, Wallman when he's in, they're primarily playing with McDavid and Draisaitl. Like that's why they're at a half point a game pace, right? Is because of those minutes with those guys getting the opportunity. Now, some of it is they're putting the puck in the net as well. Like Wallman managed to do that a little bit. But I don't know. I'm not worried about the defensive scoring at this point. I'm worried about the defensive playing and getting scored on. Yep. Still concerned about that. Not concerned about their offensive capacity, though.
I want to ask you guys this, and we'll come back around to the game here just quickly. I saw it lots last night. The World Junior team scored, and they had the goal song. Right? And it's a big deal. The Canadian World Junior goal song, everybody wants, hopefully they can win a gold medal, and then that makes the song even better. But Cass, when you guys were playing, how much say did you guys have in what the goal song was, and did it really matter to you guys when you were playing?
Yeah, you want it to be good. You have some influence over it, but ultimately it's going to be the marketing people, right? Like you get a little bit, right? Like you get a little of the Pink Pony Club. Like if you're pushing for things like you listen in the room, well, maybe something happens, but it depends. There are teams. It's been actually more popular. So there are teams. I know Washington's one of them. Who else does it? Where each player gets to pick their own goal song.
Ah, very nice.
Do they?
At home? Yeah, Washington does it. I know Washington does it for sure.
Song. Yeah.
Yeah, like an at-bat song. I'm not sure where else. But there are more and more teams that are doing that to try to make it more like a walk-up song, right?
Yeah,
just to try to make it more like, here's player personalities.
You have a list of buttons and the guy hits and you just go, boom. It's easy. It's not like you have to scramble through.
Yeah. No, it's not a scramble through.
CDs and then play the song.
Right. So, I mean, I think it just depends on where you are. I don't know if the Kamloops Blazers have ever changed their goal song. I think it still might be taking care of business. I mean, it might still be that.
You didn't like that?
Oh, especially in the old war memorial. It was awful.
Oh.
I heard that 9 times after the first 10 minutes of the first.
That little building too would have been. Oh, they're on in that building too in the memorial.
Oh yeah. It was.
Yeah, it just depends. I think on where you are. This is my camera. It cuts out again for. I don't know why.
Your audio sounds terrific. There you are.
Yeah,
pass it back.
Yeah,
I don't know why it does that.
There should be goal songs for the big guys.
100%.
Draisaitl, 99 Luftballons.
I mean, there'd be so many that you could do. What about in Europe?
He's got to go like Rammstein.
Yeah, he's got to.
Du hast.
No, I mean it was basically whoever won Eurovision that year it was all it was great, right?
Yeah.
The fans would sing. It was different, but Junior we had our goal song, and it seemed to always be louder. but it was AC/DC TNT.
Oh, really?
It was great.
Oh, that's
because
a big one.
The fans got right into it, right?
Yeah.
You need something that's going to bring, like, goals bring everyone out of their seats, but even more happy that they get to sing along to a good banger, I think is important.
Cass, do you have a song in junior when you fought that they'd play while you were squaring off with somebody? I think we talked about this.
No,
before.
but it's the same thing. Like they didn't, but that would have been fun. Like that would have been something fun to have a little bit of input into.
We did.
And I would have rather have had it. Yeah, I would have rather had that than a goal song because I was going to get more fights than I scored goals. Yeah.
Did you say you did have that input?
Oh yeah, Cale Hulse, and he beat the tar out.
What was his song?
Wild Thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so after he beat the snot out of a guy, ding, ding,
Oh, right after the fight.
right after.
Oh, okay, that's
and everyone
good.
John Baduke was bad to the bone.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And that's after the fight.
After the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Cranbrook, when I was in high school watching the Kootenay Ice play, Wade Belak's brother, Graham Belak, tough dude. When he would fight, it would usually be they'd circle around a bit before, and as they were circling, Crazy Train would play, and it was. I mean, he'd almost wait till it really kicks in to really get. But I remember, man, there was not the sold out shitty little rink in Cranbrook, and we'd be rolling in, and all we cared about was like, oh man, is Belak going to go tonight? I think he's going to go. And then it hits, and Crazy Train hits, and the whole. I mean, it was one of the best atmospheres I've ever witnessed in a hockey arena.
Well, who
was
was
before Belak would fight. It was awesome.
Just the other night, I thought the Mammoth were in a scuffle, and they started playing Feliz Navidad.
I think it was, somebody texted in, said it was Boston.
Boston.
Yeah, somebody said,
funny.
somebody texted in earlier and said, Dusty, did you see that they started playing Feliz Navidad with like as much of a brawl that you'll see in the National Hockey League today?
It was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's kind of a funny idea. Anyway, so I think they could do more with that type of stuff, just to make the National Hockey League a little bit different. Like they can roll out all the jerseys that I want to roll out, and you can play all these games outdoors. But I think there's small little things that you could do to kind of create, or give the players who really, not a lot of access is granted to these guys. It gives the fans. Makes the players a little bit more like humanized to them. They're like, oh man, that's what Ekholm picked as a song? And then bits come from it and stuff. It'd be great.
Yeah, Ace of Base. Can you imagine Ekholm scores and It's a Beautiful Life comes on?
There'd so many different things you could do. What would Bush's song be? Hey?
Awesome.
It'd be something by Frank Sinatra for sure.
That would be... our 83 runner says, the Feliz Navidad was in Boston. They matched it up with a little scuffle. Mm-hmm. Gordon McDowell says, if Columbus were better, those cannons would traumatize players the way the bongongs used to be used in St. Louis.
Those cannons are still traumatizing.
Rip City Step says, Chelsea Dagger still terrifies me. That was Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Over and over and over again for their outstanding years. Hey, we're just talking about... the Jets with Huss on Lock Shop. Obviously, Winnipeg lost again last night.
1-0.
Yeah, Jonathan Taves is a team worst -13. He's got a couple goals in 34 games. Do you think there's any way, Gager, that the Jets go to him partway through the year and be like, this has been fun, but
oh yeah,
would you mind
it
retiring?
has to get a lot better or a lot worse.
I mean, it's pretty bad there right now, though. If you go look at their stats, and he was supposed to come in and be their second-line center, most of that team is either like -2 or better, and he's -13.
Really?
He's getting caved right now in Winnipeg. I don't want to hang it all on him because nobody's scoring in their second, third, and fourth line. But I don't know. It'd be weird. I don't know if that's a weird conversation to have. Be
what
like,
were you
killing
expecting?
us. Can you retire?
Yeah. What were you expecting him? Like him to roll back the clock 10 years? I mean, he hasn't played in, 5?
Yeah. If you had any if they were sitting there going, Jonathan Taves is going to drive our second line, that's on Cheveldayoff. That's not on Jonathan Taves.
I mean,
but at some point, you just rip the Band-Aid off and go, sorry, man, this ain't working. We got to try to salvage the season. Or you give him half a year to try to get back up to speed, and maybe it clicks.
I look at, like, Corey Perry went in the press box a few times, right? When he was here the first year?
Here were games when he was scratched, I do believe.
Scratched.
Yeah.
Like, that's Corey Perry, And I think that's how you look at Jonathan Taves. Like, he should have been thought of as bottom 6 And I know they had injuries.
If anything, you should have had him penciled in as your third line center.
That's the highest I would have had him.
Yeah.
But
There are bleak times in Winnipeg right now. Huss is already talking about, basically Cass thinking about the draft lottery.
what?
Yeah. That's how bleak things are in Winnipeg right now.
Wow.
If you go look at their stats, it's insane. Like their top 3 guys have like 15 and 16 goals each. Nobody else on the team has more than 6. Like they are being carried by Scheifele and Connor, who are both top 15 in league scoring right now, and they're getting nothing else. Perfetti's got 2 goals. Taves has done nothing. Niederreiter's at like 6. Nemesnikov's at 6. Outside of Morrissey and those top guys, and then they missed Hellebuck for a while and put him behind the 8 ball too. Us basically did the math and said he figures they're going to have to go like 30, 17, and 1 in their last 49 to 51 games.
You get a lot for Hellebuck.
Can you imagine that?
8.5.
I bet you could get Skinner Kulak in a second.
Well played, Cass. Well played. All right, Gager, what's coming up in EST afternoons?
I don't know. Hernan's didn't give me the sheet.
Coob's got Coob's here.
Coob's got it probably.
Coobs, are you the guy who's doing the hashtags?
I'm not. No, I'm standing against this. Why would I do it? I have no skin in the game at all. I'm not even going to defend myself past
All his skin is in our screw it, let's do it parlay when he wins. That's where all his skin is.
And I'm keeping all my skin like gold member.
No.
Gager, ooh, that's a good one. A keeper. Gager, you're not the hashtag vote LT guy, are you?
So to get the wrench in the nasty chat, we have to use
You have to use.
the email from Edmonton Sports Talk.
Yeah.
And I have never done that.
Okay, so it's not you.
It's not me.
Interesting. Coop, is
I
it
believe
you?
him. It is not me. No.
Sounds like something that you'd say.
Well,
Anyway, what's coming up in EST afternoons?
Okay, well, a lot of preview of the Oilers taking on the Bruins. Sean Hutchian from the 4th period will give a Bruins perspective as well. We got the Made in Alberta segment, Hefe's Hot Honey.
Hot honey.
On today's segment.
That
and
sounds
of
nice.
course, can't forget Red Light District.
Well, what do you got cooking, Gager?
Oh, you'll have to tune in for that. But so just a quick side story, real quick.
Okay.
So I thought I would bring in wings for the hot honey, right? So they're in
That makes sense.
I marinated the wings, and my son works at Joey's Mayfield
Sushi cook.
for the
Chef,
sushi. Yeah.
sorry.
And but he's got to close, so he gets home quite late. And last night at around 2:30,
no.
I'm smelling. I go,
Oh, no.
who the hell's cooking? And so I had all these wings marinating, and I go, he's cooking something. I thought he just grabbed something or whatever.
Yeah.
So I go downstairs, and he has set up the whole station for breaded wings.
At 2:30 in the morning?
2:30 in the morning. He's cooking wings and does everything because all the dishes I got to clean them. And then he's taken half of the wings that I've marinated, but I mean, almost put me in tears this morning. So Dad got home late, was really hungry. Sorry.
Oh.
And he took a lot of the wings out. But I was so proud of him.
Kids got to eat.
Yeah.
Kids got to eat. He's a foodie like you.
I guess.
Yeah, that's good. All right, EST Afternoons is on the way. That's going to do it for Two Guys and Goalie, brought to you by Sandman and the crew over at GS Construction. Cass, good stuff, buddy, and we'll chat with you later.
Sounds good.
For Matt Cassie and Joaquin Gage, I am Dustin Nielsen. Thank you very much for being here. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning on The Nielsen Show. Take it easy.